you have been here before, so I will not rehearse all this, repeat all this stuff that I said the last time. If you, just to let you know that this case will be presented to the Village Board of Trustees on March 24th, so you may want to be there, whatever decision we make tonight. We have 6 members of the board here, and as you know, you will need 4 for an affirmative motion, for affirmative approval. And I think I still have to swear you in.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Do you swear or affirm that you will tell the truth in the testimony that you're about to give? If so, say, please, I do.
I do.
Ms. Roberts, first maybe you should call the roll. How's that?
Sure. Mr. Colang.
Here.
Ms. Norick. Here. Mr. Pelleton.
Here.
Mr. Sermon.
Here.
Ms. Chook-Urban. Here. Chairman Schneider.
Here. Can you call the first case?
Our first and only case is 2020 Z3 3527 Greenwood Avenue. This is a revised request for a 7.14-foot front yard setback variation, a 4.25-foot front yard stoop setback variation, a 6.17-foot front yard step setback variation, and a 138.51 square foot front yard impervious surface coverage variation to permit the construction of a substantial addition and remodel that is classified as a new home.
Well, thank you for your time. Thank you for being here. And
I think you still have to introduce yourself.
Oh, yes. Okay. I am representing the client and myself on this project. My name is Greg Geslicki, Geslicki. I am the architect for this project, and we have presented here the last time, and you have requested, or you would have suggested some modification. Perhaps it's a better word for that. And we have gone back to the drawing board and try to minimize the impact of the addition to the front as much as possible. Therefore, we've taken out the porch. The articulated front entry that you see is really columns hugging. I'm trying to coordinate myself. Is hugging close to the back to the front wall, so they kind of create a slightly better sense of entrance. The front door is recessed 3 feet into the plan. And so this is how we accomplished some kind of sense of entry, a little bit of sense of porch, and not projected beyond what the stoop would have been projected in the original home. So in some ways, we have maintained the same setback lines or the same building lines as the previous property has. So for example, with this layout, this existing existing stoop is projecting about the same amount. The front dormers are recessed just a bit, and as well as we've eliminated the shed door in the middle, it just proportionally didn't seem right, so just take out cut off the front porch and just make do with everything that was there. So essentially what we've done, we've redesigned the upstairs a bit as well. So the dormers became a little bit more compact, they're smaller in size, and there's a shed dormer joining these two together. So it's kind of a classic modified kind of home style back from the 1920s or early 1900s. So I hope you can see what we've done much effort to hear out what you were suggesting, what you would like to see, and I'm hoping where you would like us to be. At the same time, I don't think visually or design-wise it's much of a compromise. It's still a very attractive project, in my opinion. I know it's a very subjective thing to say. However, all things considered, I think it's a fairly good effort. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions for the applicant's representative?
I just to refresh me and other people.
Yes.
The first floor, you're building over the existing foundation.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The front stays.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the front stays. Before you had a porch that extended beyond.
Yes, exactly.
So
maintaining the front building line.
Yeah.
The only thing that's modified is the front stoop is moved to the center of the building.
Okay.
And we have a couple, I would say, full-size pilasters at the front porch instead of a front porch.
Okay.
I need my coffee.
I just want to make sure if there's anybody watching that
okay.
you're working with the building that's
yes.
encroaching
yes.
already, because I know other people in the street may want to
yes.
continue what you're doing
exactly.
for the other homes. So I just want to make it clear that you're building straight up from an existing foundation,
Exactly.
or the existing wall. You're leaving the
Yes.
existing wall.
So this is the existing building diagram for the site plan. So this the setback line is really cutting right in front of that existing property. So this is we're maintaining the same footprint at the front.
Okay. And before you had, the first option was
Yes.
with the porch that went even further.
That's right. That went out 6 feet.
Okay. Well, I think it's a good improvement.
I agree, and I would say that recessing the front door means that the stoop projects out less than it would have if the door
Yes.
was flush with the front. It also breaks up that front facade a little bit, which makes it much nicer.
Yeah.
So I think that's a tremendous improvement.
Also, the whole reason for this, if you look at the shed dormer connecting the two gable dormers, the wall on the front wall, the wall of the door and the wall above, they're
Line
coplanar.
up.
So architecture is quite decent inside as well.
Yeah.
Any other comments or questions?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I appreciate what you've done, and you're taking into account the comments from the last meeting, and can I have a motion?
Yeah, I'll move to recommend granting a request for a revised request
You can sit down.
for a 7.14-foot front yard setback variation, a 4.25-foot front yard stoop setback variation, and a 6.17-foot front yard step setback variation, and a 138.51 square foot, or 6.2%, front yard impervious surface coverage variation to permit the construction of a substantial addition and a remodel that is classified as a new home at 3527 Greenwood Avenue in accordance with the plan submitted.
Second?
Mr. Pellet?
Well, I already stated what my thought about the front door and the front stoop. The only thing the only issue I have at all with it is the second floor gables, because that is an additional space that is beyond the setback. However, it's minimal, and I think it's an attractive addition to it. And I think that removing the porch has satisfied a large portion of what we were looking for. So I can recommend this revised plan.
I really like the design as well. I appreciate that the architect listened to our recommendations and came back with a solution which is better, and I think it is much more contextual to the neighborhood, especially with the homes that are fairly close together there. So I can support it as well.
And some of the best drawings in terms of explaining what the issues were and giving us different angles on it that I've seen,
Yeah.
so.
Any other comments?
I would just agree with what's been said already, and add that I think this request, this revised request, really sticks more closely to the standards for review under the zoning code in terms of addressing issues that are truly a hardship, which I didn't think the porch was justified under that scenario.
That's a good point.
I too can support.
Yeah, I once again compliment you on kind of taking the comments and incorporating them. Also in this neighborhood, which was, I think, almost entirely ranch homes, I think this is a much better kind of way to create more space and, you know, create a bit different look in the neighborhood that complements the neighborhood instead of some of these bigger homes you see maybe on the other side of the backyards there. So I think you've done a great job, and, you know, if everybody follows your, you know, in that neighborhood, other people want to make changes, I'd say this is the type of thing we should be looking at doing. So I can support it.
So can I. I think that the front with these dormers, rather than going straight up, the effect is not as intrusive as if it were a straight second floor going across the whole front facade. And it is a good solution, and we appreciate that you have taken into account what the members commented on last time, and I can support it as well. Can we take a vote?
Mr. Pelletin,
Yes.
Mr. Sermon,
Yes.
Mr. Colang,
Yes.
Ms. Norick. Yes. Ms. Joker Urban,
Yes.
Chairman Schneider.
Yes. So this obviously goes with a positive recommendation, and I mentioned the board meeting is on March 24th. I don't know if they will take it off the consent agenda, but just in case, you may want to be here. Could you please come and sign the...
Very nice job. Thank
Yes.
you.
Yeah, thank you.
I move to authorize the chairman to prepare the report and recommendation for the Zoning Board of Appeals for case number 2020 Z03.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
If there's no one here to speak on any other subject, I move to adjourn the meeting.